my ear is not really right for this stuff. That's why I figured I'd ask you, since you had some guys that you were able to talk to, and Brian, and of course Clark on the air and everything. So, but anyway, this is KB8SMU.
W3MMR.
Hey, Perry. Just the man who might be able to come in and help out. Perry, do I sound better today?
Yeah, I would say that you sound better. Yeah, I would say you sound better. I think so. Yeah, it's definitely a step in the right direction for sure. Every once in a while, you get like this. I don't know. It's barely there, but every once in a while it sounds like a dropout or like a glitch for a split second, like a breakup almost in your audio. But really, that's all I hear. But now my stuff's something's not looking right on my scope here. I'm not doing the. So anyway, now I'm having problems. But I think it sounds a little bit better. It definitely sounds better for sure. I think you're in the right direction. What'd you do? And good evening, Shane. W3MMR.
Go ahead, Shane.
He's going to pick it up there. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Go. So, Dave, what did you do?
I mean, mainly we just went back and Brian and I went to a different frequency and pulled all the EQ settings down before 1000 hertz. Just even them all out. Raised the 1K and up, all the way up. And, well, that was pretty much it. I don't know. Sounds. I still feel like I'm not modulating the way I should according to my scope. I mean, I'm not even hitting. I'm barely hitting 80% peak on the scope. But Steve's mod monitor shows me hitting, well over 110 occasionally. So I don't know if that's the compression altering the way things look on the scope. I don't know why I'm dropping. Maybe my attack time is a little on the compressor. Could be a little off to get that little cut there. I don't know, or the peak limiter maybe. Huh. So that's about all we did there, Perry. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it definitely sounded better. I don't know if you have this mod monitor from Steve. It lets you record your signal after the amplifier, which is really cool. So right before it goes out, and it does better even than the Flex with what you can do on the Flex, because the Flex takes the recording before it's transmitted, so it kind of gives you a false sense of quality signal. But I really like this the way Steve does it. I get a really good feel for how I sound. So that's what we did here. So I was gonna say. Where was I going? Shane, maybe zero out your EQ there below 1000, maybe. I don't know.
Real quick. It sounds fully modulated here. It sounds fully modulated to me, for sure. But I didn't hear that breakup kind of thing that time either. So maybe that's just, I don't know what, but it definitely sounded better than it did last night for sure. And I would say I would leave it alone, and it sounds to be over 80%, but I could be wrong. I don't have an oscilloscope hooked up to my receive, but it definitely sounds like it's fully modulated. I would have to say that. I don't know what you think, Shane, but to me it definitely sounds fine. And good on Steve's mod monitor. I didn't know that that you could record with his, I guess with his software. Is what you're recording with? I didn't know you could do that, so that's pretty cool for sure. Out to you, Shane. I guess back over to Dave. W3MMR.
Okay, yeah, I heard it kick in once or twice there, and yeah, it does sound like the compressor attack time is not completely, like up on fast. I got this, and again, I had no clue what I'm doing basically, but I get on a fast attack time where his, it sounds like it's starting to go. For some reason, my scope it's like the time changed or something, which I didn't, but it's like every time I modulate,
Yeah.
instead of going up, I don't know, it's a probably connection or something, but as long as it sounds presentable and it's not either muddy or over-modulated or under-modulated, that's all that really matters at this point, I guess.
Well, Shane, without knowing your...
Yeah, 1-2. Hello, radio. W3,
didn't sound like it was a little... Before it sounded just a tad edgy, and that wasn't there on that last go-around. I like that second go, that round you just did much better. Now, you can see what Perry thinks. And I guess it's good to hear, Perry, that I'm over-modulating. I'm not under-modulating, so... Because I still tickle into the red here on the flex. I'm going to pull it back just a little bit because I was letting it hit the 0 dB on the flex occasionally, because it's only on my like S, C's, and T's that I was over-modulating, but I felt like when I pulled it back, it just didn't look right on my scope. So there we go. I'll keep it from hitting the maybe that'll keep me from hitting the peak limiter too much also. Just back it off a little bit. Go ahead, Perry.
Yeah, W3MMR. Okay, there we go. I know it was. Now I know it was wrong. Hold on a second here. Hello, radio. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Well, I don't know how it is on the Flex software, but I know on the Anon software, you want it hitting 0 dB. You want it riding that 0 dB mark. Or a little bit over, 2-3 dB over. Because it drives the radio well. The audio drives the finals well. That way, you're getting... like everything out of the radio. Like it makes, with pure signal on the Anons, the pure signal works much better when everything is, up at a high level. The processing that's built in here, it has like an ALC and a leveler, so it keeps your average audio up, like your average peak power up high. So it helps seems to help everything out with the Anon anyway. And I guess you have a newer Flex with the newer software, so I don't know, all that's quite involved with that. So maybe it's not the same way, but that's how it is here. So, but I think it sounds fine. And I before you turned it down, I thought it sounded the best you sounded. I think it sounds really good. I'm making a recording, so I don't know if you saw the past couple, if you've been following my YouTube channel, but there's a few recordings of you on there the past few days and whatever. Search your call, I'm sure it'll show up. And then once I get done here, this will probably end up, because they're 4K videos, man. I post them in 4K, so they take a while to upload and to process. So it'll probably be done processing by like 11 or 12 o'clock tonight, but like the 720 version will be done. But if you want the best audio and video, you know, it'll be by tomorrow morning. You'll have a you know, a really good recording to listen to, because you're 30-35 over here right now. You're just smoking. So sounding good, Dave. Don't touch a thing. KB8SMU in the group, W3MMR. What do you think, Shane?
Yeah, I think he sounds about the best that I've heard him. And, yeah, I've been trying to play with this, and, I turned the carrier down on it, and hopefully it's not sounding too bad. Like I said, I got a cheap mic, too. That's one thing. I do have a condenser I could put on here, because I know it has better highs than this thing. What's it called? A PVI-2. Just a dynamic mic. It's like I said, it's a cheapie. Works, but it's still a cheapie. But yeah, I think with the carrier down a little bit, it should work just about like it should, I guess. Yeah, I got it on a -10 threshold and a 4-to-1 is where I'm starting at, and looking at everything else, it looks like it's okay, as long as sound-wise coming out of it's okay. And yeah, I'm so used to D104s where you can just, you know, talk wherever you want around it, and, you know, it picks you up just about the same. A little bit different. This thing, of course, I back off. I don't have a gate or anything on, but if I back off just a little bit, you know, it really makes a big difference. Try to keep it a exact distance here. Hopefully I don't have a pop filter either, just what's in the end of the mic, so hopefully it's catching most of the pops. Over to you, Dave. KB8SMU.
I was on the wrong profile myself this whole time.
Well, yeah, that's whatever you just did there is much, much better, Perry. That sounded good. Come back again?
Yeah, I was on the wrong profile the whole time. That's why I was over there like, man, something doesn't look right. And that should be my audio should be much better.
Yeah,
it is.
Sounded like
Is that still your new microphone, though?
W2NDB.
Yeah, hey Mike, you and Dave doubled. What'd you say, Dave?
Perry, is that the new microphone you picked up?
Yeah, it's a Sterling ST155.
I don't know. I guess I'd have to hear your other microphone again. You know, it's been so long. This one almost has just a tad, maybe it's your processing, a tad of an echo to it. Just a tad. I don't know if anybody's mentioned that, or maybe it's just the style of the microphone. Or maybe I just need to hear your other one. Maybe it is the same. I don't know. For some reason, it sounds just, everything else seems the same. I mean, it sounds great, but just like a little echo.
I don't know, because I don't have the monitor. Sometimes I'll have the monitor turned up, because I have to have the monitor on for these videos, so you can hear my audio. But like right now, it's turned all the way down. So I know with condenser mics, they're hotter. This is a condenser mic, and I've been using an SM7B for like a year. And that's a dynamic mic, and so the level's a little bit lower. It doesn't quite pick up on the background noise as much in the room ambiance. And I'm probably coming in pretty strong there. I'm running about 300 watts of carrier, so I'm probably coming in pretty good at the moment. So, hey, does it sound like room echo, or does it sound like maybe RF? Does anybody else hear it?
I was going to say it sounds like your monitor, but I don't hear it now.
And Perry, I'm the last person to listen to, bud. I'm still trying to learn all this stuff myself. And by the way, you're somewhere between plus 30 and 40 over here in Maryland.
Yeah, well, it's Mother Nature. Now, I'm only right. You'll see. I mean, I can't lie about the power I'm doing. I have it up on the screen right now on the video. You'll see it. Running 311 watts. I usually don't run this much when I'm like old buzzarding, so I don't want to beat up on the tubes too bad. I'll turn it back to about 250 watts if I'm making like a long one and first thing in the morning or something. What's up, Mike?
Not too much, Perry. What's new with you, man? I'm telling you what, I turned the radio on. You were the first voice I heard, and I was like, what on earth did he do to his radio? You were so narrow. But apparently you caught it before I got to say anything, because you're fine now. You sound good now. W2NDB. How is everyone this evening?
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Yeah, it was basically a sideband profile. That's what it was. Out to you, Shane. How you hearing Mike?
Yeah, I'm hearing him pretty good. Pretty good. Not the best, and it's not him. It's my noise level, which isn't bad right now, but it's always there. But not real bad right now. I was going to say something. I can't remember what it was. Sat here thinking about it.
This week here.
Yeah, I'm going to grab my condenser mic, and it's a... Put that on just to see what the difference might be in that. Over to you, Dave. KBASM.
During prime time.
Good evening there, Mike. Mike, next time you go around, I need to get your call sign again. I must have heard it wrong. I typed in the wrong thing. This is Whiskey 3 Oscar Hotel, Dave in Maryland, so I'm not sure if we've talked before or not. Probably have. I don't even have my log opened up here. Oh, there you go. There it is. Okay. All right. Well, like I said, Perry, don't go by what I said. It's been a while since I've really had a chance to talk to you for a length of time to really remember what you used to sound like. But so that's cool. So Perry, so you're still doing the live streaming? That's awesome. Or are you live streaming or just recording and then posting it up? I know Billy told me he stopped doing that, but I'll have to check it out again on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm just recording. You see, they're right there. I forgot to turn the monitor down. No, I'm just recording them and putting them up. I'm not live streaming, but I am posting on my YouTube channel, so you can go on there, the AM window on YouTube, and you either search the channel for your call or, probably just search it in YouTube, W3OH. I'm sure there's not too many other things with that in the description on YouTube, so or any of your guys' calls. Like I said, this one will be up probably 10 or 11 o'clock tonight. So, anyway, I'm going to take a standby for a minute. The Phillies postgame, because today was opening day for baseball. The Phillies got their asses kicked. And the postgame show's on. So I'm going to go in there and watch the end of it. And I'll be back. I'll let you guys carry on. Up to you, Mike. And I'll be standing by. And I'll be listening. I'll come back for a quick comment after the next go around here. I'll be within earshot. W2NDB, W3 MMR.
All right, Perry, thanks for turning it over to me. Yeah, go check that out, and we want play-by-play, man. Got to give us play-by-play. Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, it's gotten cold again up here. I went outside yesterday in T-shirt and shorts, no kidding. Or was it day before yesterday? Maybe it was day before yesterday. And today I went outside. It looked like it was going to be nice and warm again, and I don't think it ever broke freezing today. or maybe if it did, just by a little bit. I'm actually, burning oil by the gallon again. It's nuts. This weather. I don't know. I thought spring had sprung. What's going on, guys? Who's got the answer? I'll throw it up in the air. Someone can take that one.
I don't know, Mike. I'm not. I guess you're up north. It's like 55 and sunny down here the last 2 days, and pretty pleasant. Almost actually spring-like. So it must be up north. I'm not sure. I can't remember where Shane said he's located. Go ahead, Shane.
Alrighty. There's a different mic here, so it might sound a little different. Yeah, I'm in a little town called East Liverpool in Ohio, right at the tri-state area where Ohio, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania meet. And we started out at about 23 degrees, I think. 23 or maybe 24. And it got up to about 50. And next week, it's supposed to be, I think, in the 60s and 70s. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy. But anyway, again, this is a different microphone. It's a $5 condenser mic. And I didn't change any EQ or anything, so you can let me know if it does. I know the muddiness is probably out of it. Now I actually might need to bring the bass up a little bit. But actually looking on the thing there, maybe I should bring it down. Makes it look a little bit more flat. Okay, enough of that. Over to you, Mike. W2NDB, this is KB8SMU.
Okay. W2NDB in the group. Yeah, I'm upstate New York. I'm at right at the bottom of the Catskill Mountains. Just at the bottom of the ski resorts. And we didn't get a lot of snow this winter. And it hasn't been cold. It's been actually colder now. This past month than it's been all winter. It's been trying to be cold. We've had a cold day here and there. But the past couple days, it's been, high 40s, low 50s. And then today it dropped down last night sometime. It took a dip into the teens, and I think we broke freezing at some point today when the sun was out. But we're down, and I just looked. We're down at 30 degrees again, and falling. Looking to go back down in the teens tonight. So I don't know. Spring is definitely not sprung, and I don't know what the plants and the trees and the bushes and all the stuff's going to do up here, because it's all starting to bud. I mean, it's thinking it's saying to itself, hey, it's time to get going. It's warming up. So the buds are coming out. And then the temperature drops and they're dying. I mean, I've got a tree outside that's budded twice already, and I don't think it's going to bud a third time. It budded, and then all the buds froze and fell off, and it rebudded again last week, and now they're frozen up and falling off the thing. I had to literally take a broom and brush them off the car today to get it out of the driveway. It's a damn shame. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what happens in a situation like that with trees. I'm hoping they're not going to die on me.
Well, hopefully they'll be okay, Mike. I mean, they've lasted this long. Hopefully they'll make it through a little craziness that we have going on in the weather. Shane, you're doing really good out here from Ohio. I don't usually pick up Ohio that great. Not on this antenna. This antenna I have, it's a dipole. It's up high. It's about 90 feet up. But it propagates and probably picks up signals better from north to south than east to west. So, I don't know. Yeah, you guys are doing great. Yeah, I like snow. I like the cold weather when it's winter time. But once end of March and get into April, I'm ready for nice warm weather, and getting out and doing some fun stuff outside. So anyway, yeah, hopefully things will turn around here soon.
Yeah. Okay, that ain't working. Okay. Yeah, we had 70-degree weather, and like I said, this morning it was 23 or 24, and like you said, I got some flowers that the ex-wife planted a long time ago, came up, trees budding and all that, and then like I said, they kind of went away because they got down in the 30s and 40s for a couple weeks, and then all of a sudden it changed again, and next week it's supposed to be in the 60s and 70s. And I got an email from American Electric Power, the electric company we use around here, and there was a thing saying that there's some storms heading in. Just last week we had a major windstorm, and people lost power for almost 5 days. A bunch of trees down everywhere, that sort of thing. I don't have to worry about it because I only got one tree in my yard, and it's only 25, not even 30 foot high, a maple tree. Speaking of height, my antenna's only at 20 foot, 20, maybe 22. So, and it's pointed north and south, broadside north-south. So as far as getting, down your way, which ain't too bad, way it's pointing, but like over towards Perry and, that part of Pennsylvania and New Jersey and all that, it's, going off the side of it, so it's the only way I can get it up. I have nothing to tie off to except what it's tied off to, so I can't change it unless I plant trees and then wait 10 or 15 years or more before they get up to the right height. But yeah, it is what it is right now. But was there any change in this microphone, the tone of it, or anything like that? I hate asking for complete audio reports and everything because everybody's ear is different. But again, just as long as it's presentable and not too high, not too low, not too muddy, that sort of thing.
Shane, I think you're on the. You said you changed when you said you changed the microphone a while back. It says you were almost back to back with the changed microphone. I actually kind of like the second microphone better. I don't know if you switched back to the original one now, but I like the second one with whatever settings you have right now. To me, sounded a little better. But I don't know. I think you said you were running 4-to-1 compression. It's funny, Shane, because you and I are both like kind of going through this kind of learning. That might be a lot. That might be a lot of compression. I follow this article this thread that Clark N1BCG wrote on AM Phone a long time ago, and it was really helpful for me when I was first doing this. If you look it up on amphone.net, just look up under his call sign there, N1BCG or Clark. You should be able to find it. It's pretty good. And I kind of follow it to a T, really. The only thing we changed a little bit for my voice was the EQ. You know, and that was kind of cool because, you know, Brian, it's easy when you're doing it with somebody just back and forth. So, and heck, you know what? We're not. It's not like we're talking about. We're all kind of talking about the same thing, so don't worry about asking. It's part of why we get on the radio, right? Go ahead, Mike.
You know, I will say this about audio reports and microphones and this, that, and the other. I try and run as little EQ and as little compression as possible. And as far as audio reports go, unless there's something drastically wrong with someone's audio, i.e., it's very distorted or extremely undermodulated, I don't know, unless I've met you and talked to you face to face, I don't know what your voice naturally sounds like. And there's really only one person that gets on AM here with us all that I've actually stood in front of and talked to, and only for a brief time. And I'm talking 15 minutes tops. And that's Timtron. So he's really, excuse me, he's really the only one that can give me a good audio tune-up, you know, and EQ my voice anyway. But as far as everything else goes, anyone can do volume and compression. Pretty much anyone with half a decent set of ears can help you set that up. But as far as EQing a microphone, unless it sounds like a tin cup or a styrofoam can, no one, unless they know your voice, is going to be able to help you with that. And that's my best and only input I have into that matter. W2NDB.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Yeah, and that's why I kind of reiterated. As long as it's sounding half decent, not muddy, not anything like that. That's all I care about. Like I said, I took it offline here and listened through headphones, which I know they ain't the best way to do it and everything, but just trying to get it set half decent. But, it's hard, especially when you don't know somebody's voice, like in person. So, it might sound good, but is it actually good? Does it actually sound like them? Natural is what I'm getting at, I guess. But I think I'm going to get on the side here. Got a couple things I got to get done. Open the store again tomorrow, so gotta get to bed a little earlier. But I wanted to get some laundry done and probably dishes too. So I'll make this my last one. Other than that, good talking to everybody. I'll say 7-3, so W3OH, W2NDB, W3MMR probably listening. Clark never came back, and Phil never came back, and nobody else ever came back, so I won't say anything to them. All right, 7-3 from KB8 SMU.
Yeah, have a good evening, Shane. It was nice talking to you. And look forward to talking to you again on the radio. And, we'll keep tweaking the audio a little bit. I'm lucky that KB3WFV, Brian's a good friend of mine, and he's only 8 miles away from me, so he probably knows my voice better than he wants to know. Anyways, have a good evening.
Yeah, and 7-3 from me as well. It's been a pleasure. I wish I didn't have a cold chill report to give you today, but unfortunately that's life up here in the New York State mountains. enjoy your evening, and good luck getting everything tweaked up there, and enjoy it. That's the main thing. W2NDB. I guess I don't know who slept on frequency. I'll throw it up in the air, let someone pick it up. Otherwise, I'll sit here and finish enjoying my sticky bun.
Well, I'm still here with you, Mike. Haven't gone anywhere just yet.
Oh, okay. I'll try not to talk with my mouth full.
Well, I must admit the sticky bun sounds pretty good.
Lots of practice.
Yeah, I'm trying to look here. I'm kind of curious. I think there's a way to record my audio off of Kiwi SDR here, this web SDR. I don't remember how to do it. Huh. I'm listening. Sometimes I run the web SDR up in Connecticut early in the afternoon or late afternoon there when some of the guys get on and the band's not in great shape yet. A couple of them, obviously not the guys at the big stations there, but a couple of the guys I had to listen to on the web SDR to hear them when it's early until the band gets into good shape. So yeah, I didn't have it. My treat, I guess, after dinner tonight was I call it Thirsty Thursday, so I'm just gonna have a beer or two. Probably the same amount of calories. I could probably have 3 beers and probably equal the calories of the sticky bun. Yeah. Especially these light ones. I'm trying to stick to the light beers here lately. You're probably done with the sticky bun by now, though.
Oh, there you go. Just have the heavy sticky buns and give up beer altogether. That's what I did. Hell, I had to give up drinking. I had to start taking medication after I was involved in an accident at work. Had to start taking that heavy-duty medication that alcohol doesn't mix with, or mixes too good with, I should say. So I had to give up one or the other. So I gave up the drinking. It wasn't a hard choice, believe me. Nothing worse than being in pain. And I'm not all that comfortable, even with the medication, but I can imagine how much worse off I'd be without it. Well, that's the story there. Yeah, I had to give it up one day. I mean, I'll have a glass of wine with food once in a while if I'm not driving. But it's amazing, you know, some of that stuff, especially the stuff they have me on. One drink, and I'm one beer or one drink, and I'm toast. I'm done. I'm done for the count. It's hysterical. It's like being 10 again, you know. Back to you.
Well, that's actually great, isn't it, Mike? I mean, you don't have to spend that much money. You can have one good beer or one good glass of wine and be good to go. Yeah, sorry to hear about the accident and being in pain there. Kind of dealing with a little bit of that myself here. I've been having to get some epidural injections in my back. I had a pretty bad mountain bike accident a couple years ago, and I'm still dealing with some issues there. I was good for a while, and then all of a sudden this back issue kind of creeped up. I'm going to end up having to have surgery probably later this spring, early summer, and but it should be fixable, hopefully. But if it weren't for these, well, I'm waiting for this last injection I just got on Monday. It seems to be once the irritation, initial inflammation and the irritation goes away, it kind of gets a little bit better, and it is feeling better today, which is great. But I'll have to see if it holds up for a while or if it's just a 1 or 2 week thing. But yeah, I can imagine some of those medications are pretty strong. So you probably need to be careful with the alcohol. I was on one not too long ago for this nerve pain in my back called gabapentin, and it didn't really help a lot with the pain, but it definitely helped me sleep better. But geez, I gained almost I think I gained almost 12 pounds being on that medicine. I called my doctor. I was like, hey, why am I gaining so much weight? And they're like, well, it's kind of a side effect of that medicine. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to take that anymore. That's no good to be gaining weight when I can't exercise. It's just going to make things worse.
Yeah, it's funny you should mention that. My doctor tried to sneak around on me. I was back, I guess, in 2016 when the CDC went nuts with this one-size-fits-all package for opioids. Of course, I fell into the category, so I had to get cut way back. I mean, almost, well, actually, it's less than half of what I was taking, to give you an idea of what I was taking. And I was so inactive because I was in so much pain after that. I started losing a drastic amount of weight because I couldn't stand to cook for myself. I was, didn't even want to eat. And anyway, long story short, I lost a lot of weight. I lost almost half my body weight. And finally, I was complaining to him. I mean, my left leg, which is where the damage is, it's my left knee actually, and my left leg below my knee was the size of my left arm, and my right side was smaller. But